When you walk next to someone, there's an invisible force that pulls you towards one another. No, it's not love. It's gravity. Every object in the universe attracts every other object with an invisible force called gravity. We usually only notice this force when things fall. But gravity is much more than that. It keeps the planets in orbit around the sun and controls the tides on Earth. Without gravity, we wouldn't be able to walk, talk, or even exist. So let's take a moment to appreciate this mysterious force that shapes our universe. What causes gravity? Everything is made of tiny particles, called atoms. And inside each atom is a nucleus surrounded by electrons. Electrons have a negative electric charge, and opposite charges attract. So the more electrons an object has, the more negative it is. Because everything is made of these negatively charged particles, all objects in the universe are attracted to each other. But why do some objects, like magnets, attract each other more than others? That's because all objects also have a gravitational field. The more mass an object has, the stronger its gravitational field is. The Earth has a lot of mass, so its gravitational field is pretty strong. That's why we stick to the ground and can walk without falling into space. But if you were on a small asteroid, you wouldn't be able to walk because its gravitational field is too weak. How does gravity affect the planets in orbit? Even though the sun is massive, it doesn't just pull the planets directly towards it. That's because the planets are also moving sideways at high speeds. As a planet moves through space, it constantly falls towards the sun, but it never gets any closer. That's because the planet's forward motion and the sun's gravity keep balancing each other out. This balance between falling and moving forward is what keeps the planets in a perpetual state of free fall around the sun. How does gravity affect the tides on Earth? As the Earth rotates on its axis, different parts of the planet face different directions. When the Earth faces the sun, that part of the planet receives direct sunlight and gets very hot. The heat causes the water on that side to evaporate and form clouds. Then, when the Earth rotates away from the sun, the clouds on that side of the planet condense and it rains. So the direction that the Earth faces relative to the sun determines whether it's daytime or nighttime. But there's another effect as well. The gravitational field of the moon pulls on the Earth, and it is strongest on the side of the Earth that faces the moon. The moon's gravity pulls the ocean water towards it, which creates a bulge in the ocean on that side of the Earth. A similar bulge occurs on the opposite side of the Earth, because the Earth itself is being pulled towards the moon, and that leaves a bigger bulge of water on the opposite side. These two bulges are what we call high tide. And low tide occurs when the Earth faces neither bulge. So, twice a year, the moon's gravity causes the ocean water to bulge up on both sides of the Earth, creating extra high tides called spring tides. And when the sun and moon line up, their gravitational fields combine to create extra low tides called neap tides. So from keeping the planets in orbit to controlling the tides on Earth, gravity is a pretty important force. So next time you feel something fall, take a moment to appreciate the mysterious force that makes it possible.